Hello, I'm Grin and welcome back to what will be a comparatively short Robocraft Infinity video. Last week we had the competition and a lot of update announcements, and next week I believe the first of the updates actually goes live, so this week is sort of between. That said, we do have one piece of new Robocraft news, with the Robocraft Infinity Twitter tweeting the following message. You asked for it and we're about to deliver. In our next update, you'll be able to hide the heads-up display during battle by pressing bumpers, triggers and up on the D-pad at the same time. And we know this will be part of the Big Boom update, both because the Big Boom update is the next one planned, and also because the tweet ends with #prepare for the Big Boom. I think this update is a really cool idea. As someone who loves to build vehicles and show them off, the ability to hide some of the noise and just show more of the vehicle in action certainly appeals to me. In fact, I hope they run with this idea and take it one step further and allow you to record a match and then play it back and move the camera around your bot like you can in Forza Racing and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, Halo 3 and no doubt many other games I'm forgetting. I think if the Robocraft Infinity is to continue to grow, the only way it'll really happen is if people can effectively showcase their unique vehicles, which, at the moment, is not something you can really do too well. Aside from showing a static version of your bot in the builder, the only real way you can show off a vehicle is by recording a match, and if you do so, you're going to be mostly seeing the back of the vehicle. This is not so much of a problem for vehicles that have loose movements, but I know the vehicle I built this week that had mech legs, pretty much all gameplay footage of it is just the back of the vehicle that doesn't really show off what it is. So, I suppose in conclusion, removing the heads-up display is absolutely an excellent idea, and I hope they continue to add further updates to allow you to better showcase your vehicles. And next up, a follow-up on last week's video in which I was talking about having won the competition, though mentioned I'd yet to receive the prize. Well, I can happily say, now I've definitely received it, and a big thank you to Robocraft Infinity for quickly following up on it and sending it through. I've even already spent some of the Galaxy coins finally putting the headlights and taillights on the Puma. Which brings us to the glitch section of this video. While putting the headlights on, I encountered a really weird issue where the game seemed to get confused about the placement of blocks. It seemed to be registering invisible blocks floating in mid-air that weren't supposed to be there, and allowed me to build on them, placing more blocks floating in mid-air. Further, deleting any of the invisible blocks would remove actual visible blocks from the vehicle. I tested out my other bots, and none of them seemed to be having this issue. It was just on the Puma that I had put up to share, and the next day, when I logged in, the issue had removed itself and the blocks I had accidentally deleted while trying to figure out what was going on had been replaced. So, I don't really know what was going on with that. I assume the data of the Puma was corrupted or something and Robocraft Infinity fixed it somehow, but definitely weird, definitely not something I've encountered before, and if you yourself have encountered something similar, I'd be interested to hear about it in the comments below. And moving straight along to my favourite moment of Robocraft Infinity this week, I had a really cool battle against the player gunslinger 1998M who was flying an X-Wing against my Tie-Intercepter. And while I got absolutely pummeled, it was a really fun and intense match. In my defense, Tie-Interceptors are really fragile starfighters and have no shields, so if one of them had an X-Wing on their tail, it would be a really short fight, so chalk up my failure to just having a commitment to the cannon. I think at this point, my favourite thing in Robocraft Infinity is dogfighting, and it would be really cool if they made an aircraft-only match type. Then, moving along to the final segment this week, the vehicle I built, or more accurately copied, I want to be very clear that this is not a vehicle of my own design, and I literally copied it block for block, was the Banjo head vehicle from Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I was pretty much just experimenting with how easily you could copy a vehicle directly over from Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and wanted to avoid any vehicles that had parts that didn't translate too well, like wings and jets and whatnot, so just chose this pre-built one because I love Banjo-Kazooie, and it's a pretty easy vehicle to replicate. It's a pretty funny vehicle to use, and I just love that what my opponents are seeing is a giant banjo head with legs shooting lasers at them. And that about brings us to the end of this week's Robocraft Infinity video. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, I have been and still am Grim Grindle. If you want to follow me on social media, the links to my Twitter is in the description below, and if you want to join the Channel Grim and Grin Discord, the Echo Chamber, a link to that is also provided.